Hello, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Ruth and today I am doing the second part of my Was That Haul Worth It for 2023. I'd split this up into makeup items and palettes because there were so many palettes that I needed to do a separate video. Yeah, I know guys, I know. Yeah, if you haven't watched these videos before, this is me reviewing or reflecting on, should I say, the purchases that I've made in the past. Mistakes were made. This is to help me go forward and be a bit more conscientious about my spending habits. And look, I've started going through my 2024 purchases, and so far this year, I've made no online purchases at all. None, no online purchases. Anything I've purchased has been in store. And that's massive because obviously with COVID, there was a huge amount of online spending, and that followed through into 2023 as a habit of going online and just buying stuff in the middle of the night, you know. And I'm really happy to say that I seem to have broken that habit. I'm allowing myself to look on around Black Friday. There's two palettes I'm considering. Both Natasha Denona's. One is the I Need a Nude and the other is the I Need a Warm. Is that, I don't know if that's what they're called, but they're the newest one and the I Need a Nude. They just appeal to me and my makeup wearing styles at the moment, and I do enjoy Natasha Denona's formula. So, but no, I'm not buying them at full whack. No. So I will wait till Black Friday, and if I still want them at that stage, I mean, that's still a couple of months away. Awesome. Now this might be going up closer to Black Friday because I'm filming it in September, end of August, start of September. So it might be October before this goes up. We'll see. Anywho, onwards, she says. So first up was a Natasha Denona Mini Love Palette. I better put on my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. There we go, Ruth. Always better with glasses on. So Natasha Denona Mini Love Palette, I have decluttered it. I went on a bit of a collectionist journey with the Natasha Denona Minis, and I said that this particular one was a one-trick pony. Not my kind of shades. I shouldn't have purchased it. Not my kind of shades, and it was very one note. Do you know what I mean? You only really kind of got one look out of it. So that was decluttered. Next up is the by Beauty Bay. Oh, it's not this one actually. Oh God, yeah. By Beauty Bay New Mood palette. Look it. I love those palettes. I had the, what was it? Was it Earthy? No, it wasn't Earthy. Wilderness palette and a few others. But I bought the New Mood palette, and I actually bought the Retro Love palette at the same time. I said, great formula, but they were both too colourful for what I wear now. I just don't wear colourful eyeshadow anymore. My lifestyle doesn't lean to it. I'm looking more for quick and easy looks. I'm looking for neutral kind of looks. You know, it was great fun when I was living in Galway in my own house, and I used to just sit all day playing with makeup because I was out of work, and I used to do lovely colourful looks for videos and stuff to play. I wasn't leaving the house in those colours though. Just wasn't. So these were just silly purchases, and I mean, I was already living here when I bought those, and I'd already decluttered, I think, the Wilderness palette when I bought those. Stupid things. Anyway, look it, there we go. I know now not to be buying colourful palettes anymore. Next up is the Natasha Denona Nude, the Mini Nude palette. This guy here, and I quite enjoy this one. It's not too warm and not too cool. I had the bronze palette, which has since been decluttered as well, which is actually the next one I talk about. But this is a nice palette. I like this. It's my kind of shades. Nice shimmers that sit nicely on the lid, don't look too chunky or, you know, highlight creases and that in the lid. It's nice. It's a nice palette. What did I say? I enjoy this one. Always like the formula. Yeah, I always like the formula. That's never a problem. But just as to user, this is the one that I like. Natasha Denona Mini Bronze Palette. Too warm. I shouldn't have bought it. Again, completionist. That's gone. That mentality of completing the collection is gone for sure. Next up, oh god, the Rowan. That'll tell you how much I like this palette. The Rowan, I don't know how to say it. Eyes on Me eyeshadow palette. Lauren May, Kyla Fish, etc. Those kind of people all love this palette. You know, Alana Davis and all these people that I used to follow all loved this kind of formula that Rowan had. So I said it was heavily influenced by them. There was 2 cream shades in it, which I hate cream shadows. Only shade I liked was the shimmer. And I said it's a pity because I said it was a pity it didn't have a transition shade. I mean, 2 shades were practically the same color. One was cream and one was matte. I just didn't see the point of that. No, I just didn't like the palette. It's gone. Next up is the By Beauty Bay Rich palette. This one I do enjoy. This is the 16 pan palette, and I wanted something that was muted kind of rosy tones, browny rosy tones. They suit my hazel eyes, and I wanted to have something with the Beauty Bay formula in my collection because I do really enjoy the formula of Beauty Bay. Look at that, like, for the price as well, is just ridiculous. Like, how other brands really are getting away with pricing the way they do, I don't know. Because that's just, I mean, they're beautiful shades, and they apply lovely on the lid. Same with the mattes, great formula, love them. I said I wanted a palette with the Beauty Bay formula in shades I'd actually wear, and I really enjoy this one, and I do. Now, granted, it's more of an autumnal palette, so I did use it last autumn when I got it a little bit, and I'll definitely get it out more this autumn and play with it a bit more, because I genuinely do love the Beauty Bay formula. I think most people will say that. I don't really know many people who have said, oh no, it's a horrible formula. It's a great formula, in my opinion. Next up was the Lois Cosmetics Meet Me in the Underworld. From the moment I saw this launched, I wanted it, and mainly for the packaging, because I love mythology of any sort. I just love it, whether it's Celtic, Roman, Greek, you name it. I love mythology, and I just loved the whole concept of this. If you've watched any of my videos regarding eyeshadows, you will know I don't like dark eyeshadows. So why then, Ruth, did you buy a palette full of dark eyeshadow? And look, this, I didn't get it the first time around. I held tight. I said, no, don't get it now, Ruth, don't get it. And then it was re-released, and sure, off I went, just mad to get it, and I did. There we go. And look, it's pretty, don't get me wrong, it is pretty, and I need to play with it more. I'm not going to let it go just yet, because I do like a lot of the colours that are in it, but I do have a lot of these colours in my Be Perfect Antidote palette. So really I don't need it, but I'm just reluctant to let this go, because I just think it is very, very beautiful. The packaging is beautiful. It's kind of like, you know, the Hella palette from Odin's Eye, in that the packaging was beautiful in that too, but I don't know, this one I'm more loath to let go. So we're gonna try it out again this autumn. It might end up going, we'll see. Silly Ruth. I then made an alter ego order, because I'd always been curious about their formula. So I ordered the Alter Ego Coastal 18 colour eyeshadow palette. The main reason I ordered that is because it was a dupe of the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. And I love the Mercury Retrograde palette, but the Rose Quartz never went down in price. It always stayed up at full whack, so I never ended up purchasing it. And thank God I didn't, because it's too cool toned for me. Too warm toned and too cool toned. No, and too dark. Those are the 3 things that I need to avoid. Colourful. Four things I need to avoid in palettes is cool toned, too warm toned, too colourful, too dark, right? Are you listening, right? I said too cool toned for me. A lot of the shades, it looked like bruises on my eyes. And the few shades I did like, I had better in other palettes. So I let that one go. I also got the Artemis palette. And the reason for this one was I have always lusted after the Metropolis palette from Natasha Denona. But it's way out of my price range. So I decided to pick this up. And I'm so glad I never picked up Metropolis, because I would never have used it. Because again, look how dark this is. I mean, it is so dark for me. But I will play with this and I will use it again this autumn. I haven't really played with it enough to know how I feel about it. But yeah, thank God I didn't buy Metropolis, lads. Because, I mean, how much is it? 100 quid or something? 100 euros? Oh, imagine. Oh, that would have been a costly mistake. And I also bought the Alter Ego Canyon palette. And again, this is a dupe of the Natasha Denona Bronze palette. Another palette that I lusted after. Why? It's full of warm tones. Another one where I was tempted to buy the Natasha Denona, it dupes, the bronze palette. Glad I didn't, because there were too many dark warm tones. My God in heaven. If I haven't learnt my lesson after this. Gloss Gods. I think last year as well, I knew I was going on a no-buy this year. And sometimes that can push you into purchases that you wouldn't normally have made. And I think that's kind of where I fell down. And there was loads of brands that I wanted to try. And another one I wanted to try was Gloss Gods. So I bought the new Neutrals palette. I'll probably have a picture of it up there, but I did depot it because there was a lot of kind of shades that I had in other palettes. This is it here. I have to be careful because they're not actually magnetic, which was silly of me. But again, it is quite dark. I said I've deposited and I enjoy some of the shades, but the flakier shades are not something I really enjoy. So for example, this really flaky shade is just such a... Oh, Ruth, remember you just said it's not magnetic. It's such a mess. I don't like flaky shades. I've come to the conclusion. They're like a wet... And like they look, when you do it like this on the hand, you go, oh my God, that is beautiful. And I mean, it looks pink there, but to my eye, there's green and there's gold and there's all sorts of beautifulness. But it doesn't go on the eye like that, because you're not going to rub it into your eye like that. Just not how you apply eyeshadow. And it just, it's chunky. I haven't the patience or the capability, I suppose, really to use it. And a lot of these shades are like, they're very, very chunky shades. And I just find they're not the most flattering on my more older, shall we say, eyelids. So yeah, I thought I was choosing a good palette because I thought, you know, it was a more wearable. I didn't go for something colourful, you know. I was like, come on now, let's pick something that you'll actually use. But yeah, I just don't think it's for me. And maybe down the line, but I don't think so. I think that's the end of that brand for me. And I know GabriellaFrances loves that brand. And I get it. I get the colourful. If you're wearing colourful eyeshadows, they look absolutely divine. I also bought the Glam shop because it was another brand I wanted to try. It's a Polish brand. Ballada palette. It is here, and this is really lovely, kind of rosy tones as well. And just again, another brand that I wanted to try out the formula on, but again, quite flaky, kind of glittery eyeshadows that aren't necessarily my favorite. There. Look, they look very pretty when you swatch them, don't get me wrong, but just for me and my, like I said, I'm no makeup artist, let's be honest. So I don't necessarily have the skills, and glitter glues and that don't work on me. They hurt my eyes. So that's probably what you would need for something like that. But, you know, I was curious. I've tried the brand. That's it now. Curiosity sated. I won't be bothered buying anything else, I don't think, from them. Another purchase that was a mistake, unfortunately, was the Cosmic Brushes Muse palette. Now, this was a panic purchase. I said panic bought as owner posted that they had found a box and had limited stock of it. So essentially they had done a run of deliveries and some people had missed out on their deliveries. So they must have refunded them. And then they found the box that they had lost. I don't know, could be all bullshit, who knows. But anyway, Ruth bought into the panic and bought a palette. So the shades were too colourful and dark for me in this particular palette. But the formula, guys, it was beautiful. I have to say, it was a lovely formula, and they're fairly reasonable for an indie brand. I said the formula was nice and the shimmers were ultra metallic. Yeah, it was, don't get me wrong, it was a lovely palette, but it was too colourful for me. I shouldn't have bought it. Now, I do see that they have a lovely kind of neutral palette out at the moment for them. So I'll look at it. I might, again, around Black Friday, maybe consider. Maybe. Who knows? I mightn't even be bothered by the time that comes around. We shall see. But it's kind of browns and golds and kind of stuff. But I must properly investigate it and look at videos and see, are they very warm toned? Because if so, then we know what are the rules. No, warm toned. Good God in heaven. Glaminatrix Cosmetics got their teeth into me last year as well. This is the Sugar and Spice palette. This is not what it looks like anymore, or if you, it doesn't look like the original because I've moved pans around and stuff like that. So these are what I have in it at the moment, and I've kind of mixed with it with the Rich Romantic palette as well. Now, what have we seen here, guys? What have we seen here? We're seeing loads of colour and we're seeing loads of dark. Yep. So, Glaminatrix, Sugar and Spice, what did I say? What was I thinking? Look at the price, $59.50, and that was just for the palette. That didn't include customs, delivery, nothing. It's nice, but it's not worth the price tag, in my opinion. Like, the shadows are nice, don't get me wrong. But again, we've got some chunky glitters that just, I'm never going to really... I mean, don't get me, like, the swatches are incredible, don't get me wrong. But it's not all about swatches, guys. You know, and I've learned that too. It's about how it goes on the eyelid. I won't be decluttering it because it cost me a fortune. Also another regret, the Minka palette from Adep, another brand that I was just so curious about and had to try something for it. Thought I was doing right because I said, okay, well look, these are loads of shimmers. I don't need any of the mattes. I've mattes coming out my ears. And let's get some shimmers and let's get some light coloured shimmers. $69.90, nearly €70 for this palette, guys. It was €70. What I'm saying, it was €70. Sheer madness. I still haven't really worked out how to use the formula, and I'm reluctant to clutter it because it costs so much. Like, they're like a cream to powder, I feel like, or something, and I don't like cream eyeshadows. Very chunky. And again, look, the swatches are out of this world. I mean, shut the front door. Stunning, stunning. But again, you don't put stuff on your eyelids like that. And your eyelids aren't as smooth as maybe your arm skin. I just don't know how to use it is the problem. I don't know how to use it. Like I said, I don't use glitter glues, so that's out. I don't know. I need to spend a good bit of time with it. But then I don't want to be using it on days where I want to leave the house because I want it to look, my makeup to look nice. And if I haven't worked out how to... as I said, we have Rich Romantics as well. And again, this has changed considerably from what it looked like when I bought it. Again, I should have a picture up as well of what the original should look like. I said the madness continues. I got money as a gift, but could have spent it better. I always wanted a pastel palette. Don't know why, because I never use it. Ruthie. Like, don't get me wrong, like, they're beautiful. They really are stunning, but stunning, absolutely stunning. Like, that's not up for debate, like, but yeah. Here's a more reasonable purchase. This is the Cash Beauty £6 palette in Copper Crush. A bit of a spoiler for my pan those eyeshadows if I haven't it up yet, but we have it pan. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Lovely Irish brand, a great one and done palette, good formula, easy to use. Boom, lovely. Couple of shimmers, couple of mattes, across all the spectrum, dark to light, happy days. Perfect, love it. Happy I bought it. Yay, a palette she's happy she bought. Imagine that. Is that only palettes? I feel like there's more. Oy vey. Here we go, more palettes. Natasha Denona Mini Glam. That's this guy here. This is what it looks like. Probably not my absolute favorite, but I do enjoy it in the wintertime. It has kind of a, it leans kind of, I feel I get a greenish kind of nearly look out of it. Here it is, here, these three shimmers here. Yeah, I feel like I can get a kind of a greenish hue to it because it's cool tone, but I feel there's a hint of olivey green kind of in there or something. I don't know, I really like it. It's unusual. I don't really have anything quite like it in my collection. I also bought the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset. Too warm for me. I always wanted it. I always wanted the big mini, or the big sunrise and sunset palettes. Again, why? I don't wear warm colors, but the color story in the palette just drew me in. Obviously I should have those colors maybe in my house or something like that, but not on me, not on my eyelids. Also bought, and did I have that down twice? I think I mentioned the mini bronze already, didn't I? Sorry now. Hold please. Your call is important to us. Yes, I did. I mentioned it already. I mentioned it twice for some reason. Mini bronze is gone. That's fine. I think that was it then for palettes. It was. Okay. So, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get down to the money side of things. So, palettes, decluttered, 10. At a value of €224.14. Palettes I still have, 11, at a value of €396.59. So in total, in the year of 2023, I spent €620 on eyeshadow palettes. That's 21 palettes. For the year as a total, so this is including the makeup video that I did, on the year for the total, I decluttered €457 worth of product. It's 38 items decluttered from my collection. I still have 42, so at least I have more than I decluttered, so that's something. But at a total of €1,480.85. In total, in the year of 2023, to the best of my knowledge, I spent €1,952.56 on just makeup. 82 items came into my collection. So the bones of £2,000 on makeup. Not skincare, not hair care, not body care. Makeup. €2,000. 82 items. Okay, yeah. By God in heaven, that better be down by 90% for 2024. That's outrageous, lads, isn't it? And no, that's for me. It's outrageous for me. Do not take this as any sort of judgment or anything like that on you and your collection. This is about me and my collection, about the kind of money I have coming in. I don't have a lot of money coming in to be putting that much out on makeup. I don't have enough space to be bringing that amount of product into my collection. So this is all very much in respect to me and my spending habits, my, you know what I mean? It's about me. It's not a reflection of you and yours and what you have and what you bring in. Please don't take it that way at all. Do not come away from this video going, oh God, I feel awful. Please don't, because that's not my intention here at all. It's more about educating myself and maybe being a little bit entertaining for you. And maybe make you think about your collection, kind of, oh Jesus, maybe I need to rein it in a little bit. I don't actually need all this makeup. Nobody does, let's be honest, but it's fun. It's fun. And I mean, like that, I mean, this, swatches make me happy. They really do. They probably make me happier than putting it on my eyeballs, because I mean, yum, just yum. And if it brings me joy and it's not hurting anyone, then that's fine. But that kind of spending did hurt a little bit and hurt our family a little bit. You know what I mean? That could have been spent better. It could have been spent, you know, paying at bills, or, you know, going on a holiday. What kind of a holiday would you have for €2,000? Gorgeous week away someplace. Amazing week away. 2 weeks away. That is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll chat to you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Slán.